Coming up this week on the Wet Net Outdoors podcast.
These younger kids' dynamics, it's like, it feeds me. He's bad of hearing.
Yeah.
He can't hear. Which one's your good ear, as a matter of fact? So we can all clarify, which is your good ear?
Neither.
I know there was a few guys that were struggling.
Yeah.
And even if you paid the guide, pay attention and pay attention to the detail of what he's doing, how he's running his boat, because that's what you should be paying attention to, not the, well, we only caught 3 fish or we only caught 4 fish. No, man, you should pay attention to the knowledge of how he's running his boat, the whole system together. And, that way it keeps you in line and you don't go out there blind.
Before we get this episode rolling, I'd like to shout out our awesome sponsors. First on the list, we have Fish Sauce with the Rod Positioning Gadget, also known as the RPG. It's a slick little tool that'll help you get your rod holders good and tight. Find them online at www.fishsauce.com. Next up, we have Anglers Unlimited. For those of you that like to support local businesses, these guys are doing it right. They have all the tackle you could possibly need under one roof. They also have a huge selection of fresh and cured baits. Robert and his guys are sure to get you lined out with what you need for success. Open 7 days a week from 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. Stop in and say hi, and be sure to tell them Clayton with Wet Net sent you. After that, we have Northwild Outdoors. Northwild is the top of the line when it comes to spinner blade patterns and paint quality. They also do custom paint jobs. Go check them out at Anglers Unlimited or Bob's Sporting Goods, and find them online at www.northwildgear.com. And last but not least, we have Coldwater Strong. Coldwater Strong makes the highest quality salmon and steelhead gear for boat and bank anglers alike. Find their gear online at www.coldwaterstrong.com. What's going on, everybody? Clayton Dietz here. Thank you so much for tuning in for another week of the Wet Net Outdoors podcast. This one's going to be a fun one. We're sitting down here on Jerry's casting couch with Jerry Reyes, Eddie, forgive me, I can't remember your last name.
Plata.
He's not important.
Plata. and Ivan Reyes. We got a little change of scenery today. We're over here on the east side. I got sent over here for a day of work, and we were able to make this happen. So I appreciate you guys sitting down, and we're going to go over a lot of fun stuff.
For sure. Thanks for having us, Clayton.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Straight up.
Absolutely. As always, I'd like to take a second to shout out my awesome sponsors. We got Adam with Fish Sauce with his little RPG, the rod positioning gadget for your Scotty slip discs or full B rod holders or whatever you do those with.
Phenomenal tool.
Oh, man, they're slick little tools.
Oh, hell yes.
And then and we got Anglers Unlimited, which I'm not sure if this episode's going to be out on time or not. But this Saturday, they're doing their Customer Appreciation Day. They're going to start barbecuing about 10 o'clock. They're going to have a bunch of different vendors and a bunch of different booths out there. And it's going to be a really good time. Everything's going to be on sale. They're doing a big merch drop. It's going to be a big deal. So I hope I get this out in time where people can make sure that they're there.
That's cool, man. I wish we were closer so we can go over there and hang out.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fun time. You haven't been over there yet, have you?
No, I have not, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
It's awesome. That store's done a complete 180 from what it was.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's
completely.
Awesome. That's awesome.
What's next? Next up we got Jared Kirkley with Northwild Outdoors. Obviously, his blades are changing the game.
Oh, yeah.
And,
straight up.
Oh, I love him, man. I love him.
I wish you would have never got rid of those little...
Oh, the Northwild blades.
The Northwild wings, man.
Oh, yeah?
They're so good.
Those things, springers, walleye, it don't matter. Sockeye. Eat them up.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yep. Absolutely. So they're gonna have a huge selection of new blades that nobody has seen at that Anglers Unlimited Customer Appreciation Day. So they're doing a lot of cool things with Jared too. And last but not least, obviously we got Ken Vellante with Coldwater Strong, putting out all of his awesome products all the time. Super knowledgeable dude, fun to talk to, and puts out some great products.
Well, as a matter of fact, we got a bunch. I even just pulled them out the other day.
Yeah,
and says,
they're
here we
right
go.
there.
Get them ready for here because here he comes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're all straight up. Thanks a lot, buddy, for hooking us up. Straight up.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, let's go ahead and let's get this rig rolling here. So I think we'll just start with what's closest to me. Jerry, why don't you tell us a little bit kind of about yourself? And it seems a little bit kind of like you're like the founding father of this, are you?
Yeah. I mean,
He's the godfather.
The Godfather.
for Flatout Fishing. I mean, it started way back in 2015 is when we actually got licensed and everything else and got everything rocking and rolling. My son, well, he's been there with me for all the trial and errors for everything we've ever started, for even the thought of just having a boat and going fishing, and the reason why, you know what I mean, was Ivan. So, it's been a long time, man, and it's been in the making, and I'm also a concrete contractor, and I'm getting tired of that. I'm 49 now, so it's kind of like it's time. I'm done. I'm not hurting nowhere quite yet.
Yeah.
The only thing that hurts is that I got to hang out with Eddie all the time, and well, that's pretty painful.
Best part
It's
of
pretty
it
painful,
all.
man.
Yeah, well, if it makes you
That's the best part of it all.
If it makes you feel any better, you don't look a day over 55.
Damn, well, there you go. Yeah, hey, I'm 6 years away from that, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
How many boats do you guys have? Just out of curiosity, because when I'm trolling around in Drano, I swear I see like 40 of you.
Hey, man, that's kind of like the way Mexicans roll, right? 20 in a house, well, we might as well put 20 in a boat,
gosh,
20 in a car, 20 in a boat,
Here we
right?
go.
Yeah.
Hey, man, nothing against my Mexican people, but don't. And anybody's sensitive out there, well, then you're just sensitive.
Yeah, that's
Hell,
right. You're in the wrong place.
Yeah, you're in the wrong spot because this is not the spot for that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. But no, we got 5 boats. We just added a boat here a couple weeks. We added another captain. His name's Jack Indians.
Congratulations,
I've
Jack.
been seeing him on Facebook. That's awesome.
Dude is a slayer, man. A young cat with so much ambition and enthusiasm. Then that, like us old guys, and I still see a bunch of old guys now that it's almost like a lot of these guys don't want to learn new tricks.
Right.
And you get this younger generation that's coming out, and they're coming out hungry. They're coming out they want to change the whole technique and the routines of how to fish and catch fish. So it works great because these younger kids' dynamics. It's like it feeds me.
Right.
It really does, and they're not scared to take risk. They want to get out there and they want to be the best as well and show themselves off. Right. And that's what we need. You can't just be stuck in your old ways.
No, well, if you think about the cats in your generation, if they would have done that back in when they were our age, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where would our fisheries be?
Exactly.
All the innovation and stuff that we've had in the last 10, 15 years, 20 years or whatever. Like if you guys would have just stayed stagnant, our fisheries wouldn't be nearly what they are right now.
No, exactly that.
Or at least our tactics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's changed so much, man, just with the way pro trolls and, spinners and coonies. And coonies, you never seen them on the west side back in the day.
No, yeah.
And I remember back in the day, I was going down fishing the cowlets for coho, and this guy looked at me kind of stupid because they're out there throwing yarnies, and I'm out there with coon shrimp. As a matter of fact, I ran down to Clancy Holt's place. I need some frozen coon shrimp. He's like, what the hell you want them for? And Ron hooked me up. I doctored up some overnight and went off.
Yeah.
So now
awesome.
everybody's got coonies, so it's great.
Yeah.
But we got 5 boats. We got one in Florida, down in Tampa with Captain Darius.
Okay.
And the boy is freaking fishy. That kid, I don't think he ever sleeps, man. I'm serious. You tell him fishing and he's on it. Where are we going? What we're doing? And he's on it.
Yeah.
Ivan just came back because of our demand up here. I needed him to come back up and help me run the business because
Were you down in Florida?
Yeah, I was in Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Right there, south of Tampa in St. Petersburg.
Gotcha. That's awesome. That's
you got
really
hooked
cool.
up down there, man.
3 years, right?
I was down there for 3 years. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We had a good friend of ours named Eli Rico. Went down there, took Ivan in, needed some help at one point, and hooked Ivan up. Ivan went out there and started doing the thing and got really freaking good. And then took Captain Darius down with him because he kind of just was inspired by what Ivan was doing. And these kids had no fear. They were gone. And it was like, that's the kind of kids that we need nowadays. No fear.
Yeah.
If not, let the fear feed you,
Yeah.
And then we got another captain named Felipe. He's a good friend of ours and started taking some of our overflow.
Captain Phil?
We got tired of that was kind of like a Puff Daddy Biggie concert, bro. You know that get hype?
Oh, yeah.
Do a couple moves,
Captain Phil.
Captain Phil.
it's like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Any
that's
rock
funny.
star, the get hype guy. He's my get hype guy. There you go.
Hype man.
Yeah, the hype man. There you go. But man. So then we brought Philip on because the demand for weekend fishing was there, and at first it was me and Philip, and then when Ivan came back to being full time as well, taking it 7 days a week, and so then Philip was the weekend, take some of the weekend overflow, and then it got to the point where the demand for walleye fishing, so we have to stay home. So now we need 2 captains at home, and then now we got 1 7 day a week going to Brewster and Buoy 10. And that's Ivan.
Oh, you're going to be doing Buoy 10 too. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's the go-getter, man. No, he's just show him where to go, and he's going. And Jack Indians, he's a fishy dude. Dude's crazy. And he's also taking some of the weekend overflow wherever Ivan goes. So Jack's going to be a lot of spots where Ivan's at.
Right.
Me and Philip, we got families, so we kind of stay home still doing the walleye thing here at home.
Yeah.
And the walleye fishing, it's year round.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's still kind of transitioning from this fishery to that fishery, and we're on walleye every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to figure them out and dial them in.
Yeah, no doubt. So we got one more captain that I'd like to announce that's for future. A buddy named Tommy Chapa down out of Corpus Christi.
Oh, really?
And yeah, we got to expand. We're not going to stop.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to keep doing it. We're going to be like the Mexicans taking all the people's jobs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're going to take it all, man. We're taking it by storm.
Yeah.
And we're not going to say no.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. I know Toby Wyatt's got a lot about that, and he's been an inspiration in my life as well.
Yeah.
Just the way he is, and he's just freaking, his business ethics are freaking through the roof. Right?
Yeah.
And those are the people you got to admire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And big influencer in my life. Ron Holt, Clancy Holt, that's where it all started. That's talk about the history of fishing.
Yeah.
That's where it started for me.
Right.
Fishing with my wife got me a birthday trip, and I remember pulling at 6 o'clock in the morning at Blue Creek down at the Cowlitz, and we were going to go fish steelhead with Ron Holt. And I just remember pulling into the dock and just being behind him, and I'm like, dude, look at this freaking sled. It's freaking off the chain.
Yeah.
That's when Ron had the blue boat. And I want to say it was Clancy number 4 was the name of the boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when Ron got us down there and put us on fish in a crazy way that I never thought you could catch steelhead. And it became something that I brought up here to our home waters and started doing that ringled and some other places, drifting bobbers and everything. Yeah, man. And just his skills himself put this Mexican on the map. And I don't like me to my own horn, but everybody would say, dude, you're one of the best steelhead fishermen out here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But because of those influences, you know, those guys that just taught me techniques without being scared to teach me those.
Yeah.
And I loved fishing when I was a kid. I could sit at a pond and watch fish swim in a circle, and it would be freaking like I could just sit there and not even have a hook or a line in my hand.
Yeah.
And I'd be fine.
Yeah.
And it just freaking went off for me, man. I just started doing it and getting better and better. And not to say that I'm the best now or one of the best. I'm not. I'm still learning. I learn every freaking day. And if I don't, I can't call it a day, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And that's the problem with some of these guides. They don't want to learn.
Right.
And
you get stuck in your ways.
Yeah, man, straight up. And if there's a young buck out there rocking it and doing his thing, don't think for a minute that my pride's going to get in the way of me saying, hey, man, what are you doing, kid?
Right. Yeah.
So the little bit of the history there, that's where it goes. And we can get into this for a long time, talking about how I got into fishing. It can go forever. Yeah. So I'm not going to kill and bore the hell out of people with these stories. But I've come from a, troubled youth. We were doing stupid stuff when we were kids, and had I known fishing like I do now, it probably would have got me out of the game a long time ago.
Right.
So the influencers, the guys that took the time to teach me how to fish, Ron Holt especially, because that's how I met Clancy. And through Clancy, I met Gary Loomis, and then all the staff over there now, and Alec and all those guys, man, they're just great people. Scotty with Brad's. And there's just so many more to name, and I can't name them all, man. And I hate to even say just a few names, and the other guy be like, even my buddy Mike Palmas, me and him used to run across the state together, just to go fishing, and just so many people, man. I wish I could have them all on top of my head. And those are the guys, and I thank them because they saved my life.
Right.
And they saved my life in a way.
Yeah.
The Get Hype guy again. I almost cry. The guy Get Hype guy kills it, but that's kind of cool. Thank you for doing that. But it shares that.
I said that earlier.
That legacy with my kids, and Ivan has come in by storm, man, and he's taking the Northwest too, man, and he's just freaking killing it. Yeah. And he's doing a good job, not just in the fishing industry, but now he's doing boat coatings, and he's just taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you from kind of an outsider's point of view. I'm obviously as a West Side guy. Yeah. Go over to Drano on the weekends. You guys are fucking blast to watch. Nice. It is cool as shit. You guys, it's some of the most high energy, fun boats to watch out there. It's fun to watch. It is a blast, and you guys are doing it right.
And you know what's funny, man, Clay? It's because a lot of people tell me, man, well, you're kind of high revved, and I'm like, I'm a concrete dude. Yeah. I don't think you can meet a concrete guy that's not high revved. We live on concrete anxiety, because you get one shot at pouring this slab. So I work hard at that, right? Yeah. And I'm done with it now, almost, but can you, that's the thing. If you know a guy that works his ass off, can you imagine putting him as a captain in your boat, taking you fishing?
Yeah.
He's going to work his ass off.
Oh,
and that's
for
what I
sure.
do.
Yeah.
And I've been in the boat, man, where I see some of my clients kind of just start and kind of lean over, and I kind of bring them back into the game. Like, hey, man, stay with it, man. We're going at it. We just like to have fun. Fishing's one thing, catching a fish. Well, we might.
Yeah.
We might get them. We might knock the piss out of them today.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think people see that and appreciate that because, like, when it comes down to it, like, if I were to book a trip with a guy and we go out and we catch 0 fish, I'm probably going to book with the guy that tried his ass off versus a guy that did, the same thing all day long and just kind of pissed and moaned and pouted.
Exactly.
When something's not working, it's not working. But if you're going with a guy that's running his ass off and trying and having a blast doing it, I'm going to book with him 100 times out of 10.
Man,
you know what I mean?
You know what? This particular last spring or year season down at Drano Lake, I had a rude awakening that I haven't had in a long time. Ivan was down there fishing springers, knocking the hell out of these fish. I had a couple buddies, Big Mike, Turvey was on him, and everybody was like, dude, literally, I had 6 guys in my boat. Thank God they came in separate cars because Ivan had 6 of them. I had 6 of them, and they both came in separate cars.
Yeah.
Ivan was done at 11 o'clock. He had 7 fish.
Yeah.
I had 0 bites at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So then I had 2 particular older people that were in my boat, and they meant so much to me. Anne-Marie and Paul. My main focus was like, man, I got to at least get them a fish because they hold you. I mean, they hold you to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I call my buddy Big Mike because, again, I can't let pride get in the way. Big Mike, man, get over here. And he's like, what's up? I said, dude, can you hook my 2 clients up? I got 4 other people that are with them, but these people mean a lot to me. And if you already limited out, because he says, yeah, I'm done. I said, can you just get them on some fish? I'll break you off with that for them.
Yeah.
I don't care about sharing my money. I can need these people to have their experience.
Right.
So Mikey takes them off. Why does Mikey limit out before I even get a bite?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, and Mike rolls up to me, man, and if anybody knows Big Mike, it's fishing with Big Mike.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Is that the white boat with the yellow letters, or is that a different guy?
It's kind of like the skylight with the sun coming up, I believe.
That's
it is.
right.
And he has the birds on it.
Yep.
Fishing with Big Mike.
Yep. Okay.
I love that dude. He's a cool cat, and he's probably one of those guys that I also didn't mention earlier, but he's one of those guys that influences the game for me. Whether you're a new guide or whatever else, man, people always got something to share with you that you can take some knowledge from. Like I said, the minute you think you know it all, you don't know nothing. And Mikey took them out, limited them out.
Yeah.
And he comes next to me and he's yelling it all loud. Everybody can hear it. He goes like, Jerry, do I need to get you the suicide hotline? And I was like, hey man, I got it on speed dial. Trust me, I'm good.
Yeah.
I was having a terrible day.
Yeah.
I had Wayne from Stevens Marine, one of the sales reps in my boat.
Oh man.
And not to talk crap about my clients because I love them and they love me and they hope the same, right?
Yeah.
But every time somebody caught a fish behind me, front of me, side of me, double ups, whatever, they're like, oh, they got another one over there.
Yeah.
Those kind of guys. Like, oh, hey, they got another one over there. Jerry, look under the bridge where we just went.
Yeah. And sometimes you want to just look at him and say, no shit.
Clayton.
No
I was
kidding.
going to cry, bro. I was going to freaking cry.
Yeah.
And Ivan's asking me this question, guys. Sorry about that. And, dude, it was bad.
Yeah.
So, you know what? And I'm going to tell everybody what happened and what I did to change it. Because I had red shrimp like everybody else did.
Yeah.
And maybe my shrimp weren't producing. And I freaking looked in my ice chest one more time. 11:45. I haven't had one bite.
Yeah.
The bite is on.
Yeah.
Everybody. I've seen maybe 30, 40 fish caught that morning.
Yeah.
And I'm getting my ass kicked.
Yeah.
I consider myself one of the old school fisherman guides because I grew up with a bunch of guides here on the east side that I still know, and we're all getting gray hairs now.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy crap, we're getting old. So anyway, I look in my box. I know that the red shrimp ain't cutting it. And I have a little tiny jar of purple shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
And I swear to God, Wayne and everybody else that was in my boat that day can vouch for this. I said, well, guys, you know what? The only last thing I got, other than freaking everything I've thrown at already, is these little purple shrimp that I cured up. It's 11:45.
Yeah.
Okay. No bites. I put this purple shrimp out on the rear rod. I catch 7 fish in an hour and a half. Hour and a half. And not to mention, hey, man, I prayed to God. Man, I was praying like a son of a gun.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I swear to God, People didn't see this, but I was literally on my knees praying, bro, as I'm trolling in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. You know, that's one thing that you know. You got to take it with a grain of salt, because one thing that I preach on this podcast so hard is fish with confidence. Do you know what I mean? Fish with what you're confident in.
Yes.
But also, don't be afraid to change things up.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fish with confidence, but take it with a grain of salt, because
It definitely keeps you humble.
oh, absolutely, fishing will humble you quicker than shit.
Absolutely.
God, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You've had those days. I don't care if you're Cameron Black, Clancy Holt, and this is Clancy with his old school, you know, the techniques that he never wanted to share with nobody.
Yeah.
I've been there, and I've seen it where people are getting their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And I know that's got to be the guide's worst freaking deal, is to ask somebody, whether he's just an average Joe fisherman or a fellow guide, or guide you don't even talk to, to say, hey, man, can you throw me a bone?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Help me out.
Yeah. There's too much pride there. And
Yeah.
it's like, dude, I'm not one of those guides.
Yeah. You can't be, or else you're stepping on your own toes if you're doing that. You know what I mean?
Dude. Exactly.
But you also you got to be able and willing to share information too, because it goes both ways.
Bro.
You know,
it goes both ways. And you know, we get a lot of love at Drano, because Drano is about as far west as I go.
Right.
I mean, I've done some stuff down in Longview for steelhead and stuff like that, but it's kind of more of a personal trips.
Yeah.
Versus taking clients down there and messing around.
Mm-hmm.
But that's as far as west I go. So I got a family and a community down in Drano that we've been there for like at least 25, 30 years fishing.
Absolutely.
And the average Joe, our senior citizen fishermen, or like, I'm not going to say senior citizen fishermen, but the old vets, you know, the old veteran fishermen that live there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I have so much respect for those guys. And yeah, you get a guy that talks crap every once in a while, thinks he's all this and that, and he's nobody really.
Yeah.
But man, the veteran fishermen that grew up there, and they know us. They know my family. They know my boys since they were kids. And we have so much love for them.
Yeah.
And so those guys have been fishing that lake forever. So even if we're having a tough day, I'll reach out, hey, Buzz, what do you think? Well, you know, do this and do that. Hey, thank you, man. I really need that.
Oh, yeah.
And then the average Joe guy will ask us too, like, hey, Jerry, what are you doing? What's going on? We're all there for the same reasons.
Yeah. Oh,
okay?
yeah.
You know, just because, let's just say, Clayton, you're out there guiding, you're going to have certain guys that go with you.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's certain guys that ain't going to go with me because they're going with you.
Right.
I don't care. You know, hey, Clay, man, Jerry, man, I'm having a tough time. Hey, man, Clay, you know what? Get your clients. Here's the numbers. Get them down there, man. Put them on the fish.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You're generating money. Okay? I'm generating a little bit of money, whatever. That's what makes the wheels go forward, you know?
Yeah.
And there's guys that are just too prideful. They want, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this. And, you know, it's like, dude, I know a couple of those guys.
Yeah.
That think they're all that.
Oh, yeah.
And they are the most hated person out there.
Yeah,
and you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This isn't
even just Drano specific. This is every fishery around.
Every fishery around.
Very,
yes, man. And you know, we go from various places and we're fishing. Hell, man, I pulled up freaking up to Lake Roosevelt. Hey, what's up, Jerry? What are you doing? And I'm like, holy crap, who is that? And they'll come up to Eddie and talk to Eddie, and I'm like, that, you know, and it's crazy because we have friends everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't, and you know, you talked about how we have a good time. Well, we don't try to be pricks, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to stand for what I believe in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stand for what's right and what's wrong. But for the most part, man, I'm there just to go enjoy myself and meet new people and BS and enjoy a good day of fishing.
Absolutely.
You know, whether it's fishing or maybe even a little bit of catching every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm down for that, bro, and I love it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about for me. I have more fun seeing my clients catch fish than I do anything else.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
One thing that I'd like to dive into too is why don't we get into kind of your guys' story a little bit, how you guys came to be. What were you calling him earlier? What were you calling him? Something candy? What
So,
were you
you know,
calling?
and I hate to hog the mic, but I'm gonna introduce. I'm gonna kind of slide Eddie into this, okay, you guys. So what happens is, I've known Eddie since I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Or younger.
Yes, and when I was a kid, at one point, my mom made a promise to our Catholic religion about, because I had meningitis when I was a kid. Anyway, so I had long hair, and this guy knew me when I had long hair when I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Yes.
Right? I was a kid, and my best friend Renee Esparza, Eddie, Renee's him and
My first cousin.
They're his cousins. Where he says you're
And he was his best friend.
He says you're his nephew. I don't know how that works, or his aunt, one of the damn two.
So to make a long story short, right? I met Jerry.
Yeah.
I was older, and I seen him, and I thought he was a little Indian. I thought he was like some little Indian boy right there. I was
Can you
like,
imagine if I was Indian, bro? Can you imagine if I was native? I would freaking have my net right outside your house,
He had the
so you
long
could trip over that son of a gun.
ponytail, and nobody, you don't have no hair. And I was like, I remember when he had ponytails. So that's how far we go back.
No, I'm playing. But anyway, that's where I met Eddie, and me and his friend. My best friend Renee got married, and he moved away, and I'd always hear stories about him and his brother Frank fishing all the time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, I want to go fishing, man. This is before I had a boat, and nobody would ever invite me, man. So here I was, and finally I was like, you know what? I had a drift boat that I bought from Pasco High School that they fabricated back in 2000.
Awesome boat.
Oh,
Yeah, they built a drift boat, 16-foot aluminum sporter, and I would go to the Cowlitz, I would fish the Kalama, the Echo, man, and I would just roll my way out there and just do my thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I took Eddie out one day.
We went and floated the Yakima.
I floated the Yakima for some springers.
For springers.
Yeah.
And then we went to Ice Harbor Dam and got some salmon out there one night. And I was hooked.
And
it
that
was
was
over.
history,
It was
man.
pretty
And
much
from
over
there,
since then.
Me and Eddie have hung out and we've fished and we've been together for freaking ever, man.
Yeah.
My wife swears I'm gay and this is my boyfriend. I swear.
Well, your boyfriend is. Or like,
Oh, that's
whatever.
hilarious.
But yeah.
First of all, my boyfriend would be freaking mad hot when I was with somebody like that, but I'm not, guys, so don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But because, me and Ed, Priscilla's like, what the hell's going on with you guys?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? She was, you and Ed always just seem to be just cool and later day. And I'm like, that's like my brother, man. Honestly, he's
We've been
going to be
fishing a long time.
He's
We've been fishing
growing
a
to be
long time.
like my closest brother.
Yeah. Oh,
Straight up.
absolutely.
'Cause
Absolutely.
my brothers that moved away. My brothers that moved away, my little brother, he's pretty consumed with his son playing soccer.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't fish like my brother Eddie does.
Right.
So me and Eddie have just become brothers now.
Oh yeah,
Straight up.
absolutely.
Yeah, my brother Zach, it's the same deal. We're best friends. We have been since 7th grade, and
Nice.
Cool,
and I actually ended up living with him for a couple years in high school, and his family kind of took me in, and they've become like my second family.
Yeah, right,
And,
right.
and we
absolutely, by far.
Yeah, we just went and did a camping trip with them, 2 weekends ago, and it's amazing how a friendship you can get a whole other family from it,
And a whole different perspective.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah. But they always say the blood's, or what do they say? Blood's thicker than water.
Yeah.
Not always.
Not always.
Not always.
No, not always.
I thought it was more like a Laurel and Hardy show, probably. Pure cheap entertainment.
Cheap entertainment, and you are, and it's great. This guy's got stories for days.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we could sit here and talk about the experiences that me and this dumbass has had together.
Yeah.
We went
And it's
through
like,
bed
how are we still
bugs.
alive,
We
bro?
went through.
How are we still
Oh
alive?
my god!
Sliding off the freaking highway, icy roads.
You would not
the
believe
boat.
the stories
Yeah.
that would come out of this boat
Yeah,
unless
that's
you were
crazy.
there actually to witness it, because
That's hilarious.
it's almost impossible.
So, and just to take you guys into one example of our stories, and I'm going to just break it down with this one real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Eddie's bed bugs.
Bed bugs.
Yeah, situation we had at the Road Inn in Stevenson.
Oh no.
Dude, if you
I've
stay
heard
there,
horror stories about that place.
And I don't mean
But
to
we
talk
had-
about anybody's business like
No.
this.
But
Not
I am
to
gonna
cut
look
you
out for
off,
my
but we
friends.
had fished
Yeah, he cut me
all
off.
day, all night. We were going to go back to the campsite. There's a hotel right there. He said, "Hey, do you want to get it?" I was like, "Let's do it."
I said, Eddie, you
We
want a
pulled
campsite?
in 11:30,
And we just sleep
12
at the boat,
o'clock. Long story short, Jerry's backing up his boat, charging the batteries.
The window's cracked.
open.
That much, Clayton.
Yeah.
Everybody, that much.
I made
And
it to
I ran an
about.
extension cord out, hooked up my electronics because we're hover fishing out of Drano.
Right.
And we close the curtain and we go to bed. I'm so dead tired, bro. I fell
He
asleep
falls
right on top,
asleep.
on the top of the blankets.
He falls asleep on top of the blankets. I get under the blankets. I'm out.
Yeah.
He's confined. He's confined, like straight up, man.
So
And-
about 3 o'clock, I get up, man, and I was like, start looking. I'm itching. I was like, man, those damn mosquitoes are
check
killing
this
me.
out. We get up.
Yeah.
And he's like, Jerry. I'm like, what's up?
That's at
Bro,
5 o'clock.
did
now.
those mosquitoes tear you up, man? I'm like, mosquitoes? I said, hold on. So I start looking. I'm like, nah, brother, I ain't got no damn mosquitoes on me. He's like, bro, they tore me up, man. And you should have seen his face, Clayton. He had, are we good for time still?
Yeah, we got about a minute.
So I'm gonna finish this up. So he's like, got the hood. All you can see is like this much of Eddie's face.
Oh no.
So what did he do with all them bed bugs? He just kind of just took them all in.
I'm sleeping with them. I'm underneath the covers, hiding like this, trying to fight these mosquitoes, let alone I'm cuddling with them.
Oh man.
And he goes and lifts over my pillow, and there they are.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
So we'll end it with that. But then, man, dude,
Not good. It was
but
not
to hear
good.
these stories, you got to come jump in the boats. You got to hear these, man.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, absolutely.
hilarious.
That's just one of a million, though.
Yeah, we got a lot more. We got a lot more where this came from.
Okay.
We got to cut to a quick break here, just real quick.
Cool.
We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're here with Ivan Reyes with Flatout Fishing and Safefloor. Is that what it's called?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a quick walk around of a boat that Ivan actually just finished up with some. What do you even call this stuff? Just Safefloor?
Yeah, this is Safefloor. They're all rubber granules, recycled tires and shoes.
Yeah.
They're about 80% tires and 20% shoes.
Okay, that's awesome.
And all we're doing is mixing them up with a glue base, and we're just troweling them down, getting them all flat on the surface, and it goes over diamond plate, plywood, fiberglass, everything, you name it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
And this is a boat that you just finished up here. You got a pretty happy
Yeah.
customer, I
yeah,
assume. And
yeah. Danny allowed me to work my magic on this thing, and it came out beautiful. So.
Yeah. So where did the idea come from for this?
So it originates out of Texas, Dickinson, Texas. Actually, my buddy Brandon over there started the company about 20 years ago. Him and his father, and it's just blown up, man. And I actually got the product done in Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And that's how I brought it up here to the Northwest. And, you
Yeah.
know, it's just blowing up, man. Everybody's getting it on their boats, and it's looking good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Heck yeah.
So somebody's going to bring their boat here to have you do it for them. How long should they expect it to take?
It's usually a 3-day process. So we do 1 day install and then about 2 days to cure.
Okay.
So 48-hour cure time.
Awesome.
sir.
What's a price range look like roughly?
So we charge $22 a square foot.
Okay.
The pros of it, you know, it does come with a lifetime warranty for the customer. 10-year warranty for all commercial use.
Okay.
And, you know, custom coloring. The main thing about this product is it's used for non-slip.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, it's there to provide traction, especially over, you know, vinyl or diamond plate, which can be a little slick sometimes in the water.
Yeah.
So, and it gets really hot too, you know, so this stuff will cool it right down.
Yeah.
And
nice
lifetime,
on the dog's feet or
Oh, yeah,
whatever, kids'
absolutely.
feet, whatever. You
yeah,
know.
for sure. And it's super easy to clean too. Just, you know, wash it down with your wash down pump. Or you can even power wash it. It's really durable stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's awesome. It's
it's
really
wonderful.
slick looking stuff too.
Oh yeah, it's nice, man. The color is just the look of it's just a bonus. You know, the traction's mainly the main point of the product.
Yeah. Well, especially the traction, especially being over here in the Pacific Northwest when it rains, you know, more often than it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
But maybe not so much
absolutely.
over on the east side. I don't know about
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
over here, but I know
Yeah.
in Longview it rains a lot.
Absolutely.
So I'd love to see more of this stuff on the west side because that would be huge
Yeah,
for all the rain
absolutely.
and stuff that we get.
For sure, man. No,
Yeah.
it's a great product, and it's blowing up, man. It's just taking the Northwest by storm.
Yeah.
And you know, there's some boats that have had it on there since you know, the company started 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been around for a long time, and we back it by a lifetime warranty for all our customers. You know, recreational boats and stuff like that, guide boats, and it you know, it's a great product to have on your boat, especially if you're doing with the sun or you're a full-time guide and you're not, you know, you're wanting to care for your clients and hopefully they don't fall over the boat and stuff like that. You know,
Right.
it just takes all the worry out of that.
Yeah, that's huge. If somebody wanted to have their boat done, how would they get a hold of you to do that?
509-302-8534, or you can go to www.safefloor.com and you can look at all of our locations on there.
Yeah.
And my phone number should be under the Washington/Oregon locations on there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can get a hold of me like that, or flatoutfishing509@gmail.com if you want to shoot me an email, and we can get your measurements all set out and get you a quote.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thanks,
sir.
Ivan, for talking us over with that a little bit. We're going to get back inside to podcasting because I got sweat dripping down my
Yeah,
back.
me too.
So, all right, guys, we'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back from our little intermission. We stepped outside and did a quick little video for Ivan and a Safefloor, and I'm a little swampier than I was a couple minutes ago. So
It's warm.
It's only 104 degrees outside, right?
yeah, I know. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. So before we cut to our break, we were talking a little bit about yours and Eddie's relationship and your guys' love life, and you wanted to finish.
Love life, yeah.
He wanted to finish up on that a little bit.
Never ending story.
So you guys, if you guys ever see me out in the water and we're out there fishing and Eddie's in the boat, and you wonder why I'm yelling at Eddie, I'm not yelling at him because I'm mad at him. I'm not yelling at him because he's done something dumb. Well, maybe I did. He did. But I yell at him because he's bad of hearing.
Yeah.
He can't hear. Which one's your good ear, as a matter of fact? So we can all clarify, which is your good ear?
Neither.
Neither. So there you have it. But anyway, this is how bad it gets, you guys. I'm just going to give you one example. And I was telling you a minute ago, Clayton, of the prime example of Eddie's bad hearing.
Yeah.
So I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm sure everybody's going to boo on the and comment on the freaking channel, right? But I want to clarify this, that one day we're going fishing. And Eddie goes, hey, man, who's Dallas play today? And I was pissed because they had just lost the week before. So I said, who cares? Oh, man, that's going to be a good game. What time do they play the Bears? I said, who cares, dumbass? Not the fucking Bears. Okay, so I want to clarify that. Just in case you guys see me yelling at Eddie, hey, check that, but that's Eddie for you. So I just wanted to finish it up with that, Eddie. But I do love you, brother.
It happens when he doesn't take his blood pressure pills. So.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna say that's why my wife yells at me.
You see the stuff I got to deal with, bro? God, oh my God.
We're just gonna say that's why my wife yells at me. It's because I'm hard of hearing.
Right.
There you go. Yeah, that's probably selective here.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So we dove into a little bit of the Flatout history. Why don't we touch a little bit on kind of what you've been up to, man? What have you guys been doing?
Right now we've been balancing out between walleye and sockeye fishing, and a little bit of catch and release sturgeon here up on below McNary Dam. Ivan's been going at it like crazy. I've been still finishing up some projects, but right now we are just finishing up sockeye fishing in the Tri-Cities. Ivan's leaving to Brewster tonight.
Yep.
Which he'll be fishing. He just got done fishing Wanapum, him and Jack.
Wanapum
and they
past
were
week.
smashing it.
This
dude.
was Wanapum
Freaking
pretty good.
smashing. It was good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, it was for me and Jack anyway.
They were smashing it.
Yeah. I've never had a chance to go and do that fishery, but it's you watch the YouTube videos. I want to give it a shot. But.
And it's not like it used to be. I think what's going on is these dam controllers, they're getting to figure out how not to make the fish bite.
Right.
So that way the angler's got to put his extra time in.
Yeah.
But these guys have done their adjustments, made their adjustments. I'll let you talk a little more about what you guys were doing this year up there. What made the difference?
Smaller presentation. Seemed like the Pro Trolls were, Pro Trolls and Short Bus were just 360 flashes in general, just out doing everything. Seemed like a little dodger bite in the morning, but it seemed like those fish just really wanted that Pro Troll with a smile blade on it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Absolutely.
So obviously you get a little bit of bycatch when you're targeting either Chinook. You'll get a little bit of sockeye. If you're targeting sockeye, you'll get a little bit of Chinook. What are some differences that you'll kind of do when you're wanting to get one specific versus the other?
Normally at Wanapum, it's we throw out some super baits on the bow rods to see, if there's some kings around. But one day, it's just so weird. You got to kind of throw out everything in the morning and just see what starts hitting. Because some days, like we were catching, I had 2 king rods up on the bow rods, and we're running 4 sockeye rods on the back. And we kept catching king. We caught 3 kings on our sockeye rods before the top rods. And I go, you know what, man? Just change those top rods out.
Yeah.
So it was, it's crazy. Every day's kind of different.
Yeah.
But over there seems to be just throwing a smile blade with a shrimp on it. And, usually the bigger shrimp get bit by kings more often. But, we even had a little piece of shrimp on there for some sockeye, and we caught a big old 30-pound king on it.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
It just varies from day to day.
Yeah, and you're still getting pretty good quality of fish up there too, right? They're not quite colored up.
No, not at all. They're some are dime bright.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome.
But even the brown ones, man. Who was talking about that the other day? One of our guide friends was talking about. Oh, it was Ryan. Riverside. He was talking about how those fish are a little bit on the brown or goldish side, but the meat cuts red as hell.
Yeah.
So you can't discriminate those fish, man.
They can look like this couch. You cut it open, it's red.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you said you guys are doing smile blades. You guys doing much with 3.5s too, or is that kind of just like
3.5s are doing pretty good. Hampered reach
3.0s?
outdoors. Yeah. No, we're just running 3.5s.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
But even for like sockeye, for me, even anchored up, we've been throwing some Mac freaking smiley blades, and we run a mixed bag. I mean, it's hard for us to kind of just go with one guy or one product that's out there.
Yeah.
Because we want to give everybody love for one. Yeah. 2, it's always good because maybe that one's not biting it today, and they're working on the smiley blades, or they're liking the North Wild, blade. And so you just got to mix it up, and that's the thing with these kids. They're not stuck in old ways.
Yeah.
Other guys, you see other guys out there with Dodgers, and they're running Dodgers, and they're sticking to that.
Yeah.
And it's like, then you wonder why you're not catching any fish.
Right.
And if you do see that guy out there, there's still some guys that are hard-headed, right? And we know this, that they see what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
And they still won't make an adjustment.
Right.
And, we've been really successful with just running shrimp straight out the jar. And everybody's out there masking it with sand. I know you guys are a lot of times, right?
Running a little bit of XXX, Shane Magnuson's.
That's good
killer.
stuff. That's Slam and Sam stuff.
Oh, man, how we missed that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He was oh man.
I never had the pleasure of meeting him, but man, I wish I would have.
You think we're funny? That guy's funny than
dude's
shit,
badass.
dude. Love that man. He was just. I swear he was Mexican. I swear he was Mexican, bro. I swear. Just in a white man's body, straight up.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's Sam was cool. But yeah, man. But even straight out the jar, right?
Yeah, so straight up. Sometimes we're running XXX, and that morning, the last day I was at Wanapum was about 2 days ago, and we ran half with XXX, half with no scent, and it seemed like the fresh shrimp was just getting lit up. So we kind of just swapped everything out, but then it went cold, and so I was like, dang. So we put another XXX shrimp back on the back rod. Boom. Yeah. So it's just kind of like a time thing, you just it also helps when we got 6 rods out. We can kind of
mess with stuff, and
when you got 1 or 2 rods out, it's really hard to mess around with colors and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know. Looking like watching some of the YouTube videos and stuff that I've seen a couple videos with Chris Turvey and whatnot. It looks like when they're pushing water out of there, it looks like it gets a little hairy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Some rollers,
it's a little scary.
Some rollers out there.
Oh yeah.
You could be in a 25-foot sled and those waves don't care. They just come right over the back.
Yeah. So
it's gnarly.
Talking Wanapum specific. If you were going to give a first timer one piece of advice when you go out there, what do you think you would give them?
I would definitely say to watch some videos on it before you go over there, for sure. Yeah. Just get a kind of a look for everything and how everybody trolls. Also, stay away from that dang buoy over there, man. There's a buoy there that I hit probably like 2-3 times over there this season. Really? And all my buddies that fish are all the time probably snuck.
Is that the one Vernie Cross was dragging to the boat launch?
Yeah. So, I mean, dude, there's like freaking $1,500 worth of flashers on that damn thing.
Yeah.
I lost like 4 of them this year, and I only fished it for about a week. And
hey, what's Craig Mitchell's buddy? His deckhand? What's his name again?
Wyatt.
We need to get Wyatt to go over there and dive down there on a nice calm day.
Yeah.
That almost seems like it'd be sketchy to dive right there.
Yeah,
I don't think Wyatt would care, bro. I think Wyatt's he's ballsy enough to do it, right?
Yeah, he windsurfs like crazy.
He does. He's crazy. He don't give a damn. That kid's badass.
Yeah, that's not the kid that did the video. Is that same kid?
He's one of them in there. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if that's his video, but he's in it. He's in it. Same crew. Yeah, same crew.
Yeah.
Good guys, man. Good guys.
Yeah. That was kind of a cool video, being able to actually like see the bottom down there at Drano. Like,
man.
That was kind of cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is freaking gnarly. How much stuff is down there? Jeez, man. Because
unlimited.
there's always a deadhead. There's always you always find a new one. I have them all marked on my GPS and all that stuff, and I'll go randomly and boom, there's another one. I'm like, what the frick's going on? And they always seem to be like 8 feet deep.
Yeah.
And you're looking down and you still can't see the damn thing. So
I will say about Wanapum, just to touch up, a lot of guys kind of don't know how that system flows, so it's kind of like just watch. Some guys don't know how to run their boat in general, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you gain that over time as you're on the water more often.
Yeah.
But just try to be courteous. Don't get all pissed off, and because that current over there is crazy.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be even trolling sometimes, and the flashers are working super fast, and all of a sudden they're just slack, dead, hanging straight down, and sometimes you can get close to boats and stuff like that, but just keep trolling and try not to hit nobody and just do the circle.
Yeah. Well, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to pay a guide and go do it with somebody.
Absolutely.
Somebody who's willing to teach and
Yep.
And those are the days you got to think that it's not about the catching, because I know there was a few guys that were struggling.
Yeah.
And even if you paid the guide, pay attention and pay attention to the detail of what he's doing, how he's running his boat, because that's what you should be paying attention to. Not we only caught 3 fish or we only caught 4 fish. Nah, man, you should pay attention to the knowledge of how he's running his boat.
Yep.
The whole system together.
Yeah.
And that way it keeps you in line and you don't go out there blind, man.
Well, and that's one thing that I feel like people don't ever really. I shouldn't say don't ever. I feel like that's one thing people underutilize is when they go out and pay a guide or whatever. They're paying attention more to the terminal tackle or what kind of rods they're running. But I feel like it's kind of overlooked, like how they're running their boat, because that plays a big part in how effective you're going to be as a fisherman.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Hell yeah.
Depending how you fish too, because we've been out at night sometimes, and you might be a guide or whatever, but you still got to come with it. You got to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, me and Jerry and one of my friends, we got stuck out there, and the fog came in.
Oh man.
And it was pretty scary.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going around in circles instead of coming back. My buddy was following the graph, actually. I'll be glad Jerry was with us. And he noticed some waves coming in, and he's like, hey, where's these waves coming from? All of a sudden, there was a barge.
Oh,
you know?
jeez.
Eddie, all I got to ask you, Eddie, is what the hell does that got to do with Wanapum?
No. I'm just saying, you know, hiring a guide. Hiring a guide because
Cheap
yes.
entertainment. Yes.
No, you hire a guide for those reasons. You know what I mean? You try to go do that by yourself, and you get caught in something like that.
No,
it could get ugly quick. You know,
for a
that's
minute,
what
I was like,
gonna
what the hell are you
say.
talking about?
No, that's what I was
bro?
just trying to say. You know,
I haven't talked to him in 2 months.
Wanapum.
That's funny.
And then on the other flip side of things, you know, the sockeye anchored up here in town still was good. We're running coonies with smiley blades.
Do you guys ever do much with spinning glows up here too?
You know, I've never really used spinning glows.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day when TJ Hester and Craig Mitchell were out together and they were trying to kind of innovate and kind of come up with something of how these sockeye used to bite, they would always just run spinners, and little by little the smiley blades came in because of the, you know, so slow current sometimes you would get. You just don't want some flash, and you just don't want some stuff to spin, and I never used my spinning glows. I know some guys off the bank use them a lot. Down at Columbia Point. And they smash fish.
I know we use them. We use them further downriver like crazy, and they're a really effective way of targeting them.
And you know, tuna balls and stuff like that.
Tuna balls, even coon shrimp. You use small coon shrimp.
That's what we use here. Is coon shrimp, and that's the thing too. You know, you want that. You want to make sure that your presentation kind of lines up and gets off the bottom.
Yeah, well,
So
that's what's awesome about spinning glows is they have that flotation. You know.
Yeah. Especially the color schemes that they got, right? I mean, they got purple, all kinds of green,
they have
gold.
so many different
Different
colors.
color wings with the black.
Yeah, they got
Oh,
blacks and whites and mylar wings and
see,
so
over
many
here,
different options.
Like today, I had these little light pink walleye beads and a big old 1.5 smiley blade.
Yeah.
And this smiley blade and that pink one, I had two of them out. And those two rods outfished everything.
Really?
It did.
Yeah.
And it was weird. So, I don't know, man. For me, it works a little more efficient for running just because I know what particular colors I can stick to.
Right.
Versus, oh, man, they ran out of that color. Damn it, I ain't got it no more. I can't get in that spinning glow. And then some stores don't even have a wide variety of spinning glows, right?
Oh, yeah.
So then you're kind of stuck. So
yeah. Well, if you ever find yourself over on the west side, there's some really good spinning glow selections at a handful of different stores over there. Like, obviously, one of my sponsors, Anglers Unlimited, they have a huge spinning glow wall.
Damn.
And Bob Sporting Goods has a really good selection. So, like,
oh, yeah.
It's definitely worth. I mean, I obviously I don't fish over here, but like, I wouldn't be afraid to try it.
No, for sure, man.
I run them for walleye every once in a while.
Do you?
And
He does.
Yeah,
You're
they
successful
work
with
good.
walleye. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. We even run.
Another thing too is like, you know, you got the smile blade. Usually, what everybody's doing is smile blade and then a couple beads and those little fish pills that they use. You know, to kind of keep them up off the bottom. Oh, the spinning glow, you just that's it.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
Put a
just
bead
run
right
a
behind it
spinning
and
glow
go.
and a couple beads, and
it floats for you and it spins.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's kind of
No
like
doubt,
everything
no doubt.
in one.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've overlooked that 100%. I mean, straight up, I ain't gonna lie. I've never really. I've thought about it before in the past, and I've never pursued that. You know, never did it. It's kind of crazy.
You learn something new every day.
Did I tell you that?
Worth
earlier?
a shot. Yeah.
Did I tell you if I learned something today, man?
Yeah.
Whether it's just renew or review again. Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, I've been missing that the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff.
Absolutely.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah. So Ivan, you're headed up to Brewster tonight.
Yeah.
Is that a fishery that you've been doing for a handful of years, or is it kind of relatively new? Or
I started it last year. I mean, I fished it, for a long time, but just guiding it was my first time last year.
yeah. Is it a little? I've never been up there either, but it almost looks a little intimidating. Like, I feel like if you can do Drano, you can do a lot of shit over here.
Oh God, yes.
But looking at Brewster, it's like, man, that almost seems a little intimidating too.
Yeah. Last year was definitely a little crazy just because we didn't have as many fish as we're having this year. This year's a record run of 7. We're already surpassed 700,000 as of today.
Yeah.
And they're still coming.
Yeah. And we're still closed on the west side.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah. Well, that's how we feel when springers and shit are open over there and we have nothing.
Yeah. I'm sitting here crying.
They give us the crappiest season ever, bro.
Yeah.
Not even crumbs.
We get one day over here. Is that what it was? On the snake anyway. I mean, we had a couple days at McNary, but
it's terrible.
that's a shit show in itself too.
So what are some things that you might do different up at Brewster when you're kind of primarily chasing sockeye versus something that you might do at like Wanapum? Are you changing your setups at all? Or are you just going to run your same? Just your same program.
I'm running Dodgers.
Okay.
You can run Pearl Trolls, but I wouldn't recommend it just with the kings being around, and they have that whole pool closed off to kings right now.
Oh, do they? Okay.
So you're not even allowed to retain them there, and they're in there, but it's best to just run your sockeye gear.
Yeah.
There's plenty of sockeye around. You can get by with a dodger, and a hoochie with a smile blade on the back, or a spinner or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's normally what I run, and you can same thing as wampum pretty much with the shrimp scents and all that stuff. You can just run. I run Columbia Basin shrimp and my dad's shrimp, and you can throw some triple X in there, just run them straight out of the jar.
Yeah.
And it just kind of depends on, some days they really want a triple X, and then some days we're throwing straight out of the jar, and it's just kind of something you got to experiment with at the on the water.
Yeah.
But it can be really intimidating. That's for damn sure. There's so many boats out there.
Well, and it's a big area.
It's a big area too, and it seemed like last year with the really low amount of fish, everybody was so tight to that thermal barrier because that's where all those sockeye are stacked up at. The very few we had.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it was really good fishing. But
the thermal barrier, guys, is kind of where the Okanagan and the Columbia River meet.
right,
Gotcha.
Columbia River is running a little bit colder.
Yeah.
So
there's a giant, just pretty much a wall there, and
just a
those
wall.
fish will stack up there and get ready to head up that Okanagan.
Yeah.
But we had low flow last year too. I mean, the water played a big freaking made a big difference in the whole fishery itself. No flow. And
I will say that's why Dodgers work so good, is because especially the current there, it's really slow.
Yeah.
So everybody's just pretty much putting their kicker in forward and just putting
rock
away.
and rolling.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing is like over on the west side is like we kind of have that same deal. I wouldn't really call it a thermal barrier, but like obviously you'll get colder water flushing out of like the Cowlitz River or the Lewis River, any of those tributaries. But one thing that's cool about where we're at is we have tidal influence too. So a lot of those fish might stack up at a certain part of the tide, but once that tide swaps, they'll boogie. You know what I mean? So that tidal barrier, or I'm sorry, that thermal barrier, whatever you guys are calling it, not as big of a influence over there. So that's a big piece of information for somebody from my side that might be coming over to try that.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, because water's hot over here.
Yeah.
But the Okanagan is way hotter right now.
Yeah.
Than all the other rivers.
It's some fast-paced fishing too, so you're gonna need a couple nets because I tell you what, you got doubles and
can be.
triples sometimes.
Remember
So-
that year you couldn't hang?
Man. I had fish on trying to take them out, hook it up, get it out. I was like,
We had 4 on. He couldn't hang, bro.
Yeah.
What happened? You couldn't net with one. You couldn't net 4 fish with one net. I know
don't
some
even
guys
go
that
there.
do it like
Don't
that.
even go there.
That's
Whatever.
hilarious.
No,
that's
yeah.
funny.
Couple nets, fast-paced fishing, awesome fishing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys too though is like, keep it clean, keep it simple. Don't go over there and use coon shrimp, but then you put bloody tuna, then you use anise, and then you're using vanilla extract, and then you're using garlic, and it's like, then why even use shrimp?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And those fish want that, then give it what they want, man. You know, straight up, and mess around. Maybe go. This is what I did at Drano this year, which made me really successful after I got my ass whooped that one day, was the right side of the boat went scent, the left side of the boat didn't go no scent.
Yep.
And then we found out, okay, what side's banging more than the other one?
Yeah.
And 9 out of 10, it was the no scent.
Yes.
I mean, for the springers anyway.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
Could you imagine being a salmon's nose trying to get into Drano? For
It's a big old
you-
net coming right there, man.
Oh yeah.
I always kind of wanted to like sit at the bottom of Drano and just look up, and I bet it's a freaking disco party. in
Oh
there.
man!
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah. But yeah, obviously salmon smell in parts per million or parts per billion or whatever that number is, and you get so many different scents in such a small area. As soon as they hit that water, oh fuck, they got to be confused.
Oh,
Not only that, but I think that's why the purple shrimp that day played a big part in the game because they were tired of seeing red, pink, red, pink, red, pink, red. There was even a guy using green shrimp knocking the piss out of those fish.
Oh really?
And I went to purple,
Chartreuse.
game changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
you know
awesome.
what? Even the walleye, guys, don't overlook the walleye. The walleye is on. I know everybody likes sockeye and kings, but dude, I swear, and I'd put my money on it, man. I think a walleye tastes better than any other fish in the Columbia River, hands down. That's me,
Yeah. Walleye are great.
dude. They're freaking delicious.
They're awesome.
Eddie don't like no fish, but he'll eat a walleye taco, huh? Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
pig feet.
Yeah. Oh,
He likes pig feet. No, I don't even know if he does. But every Mexican does, right? Oh, not me. I don't like pig feet. But Eddie look like you like pig feet, don't he? Look at him.
No.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, man. You like menudo?
No.
Yeah, he's lying. He didn't hear me. This is when his hearing aid is not well intact. Yeah,
He doesn't have his hearing aids on under the headphones.
and he's got his headphones turned way down. So yeah.
We're good.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, keep going, son. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about
Oh, we're talking about Okay.
Yeah.
So how long are you going to be up at Brewster?
About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks, and then from there, are you going to take a little break and then bomb over to Buoy 10?
Yeah, I take about 2 weeks off, and then I mean, you know, I got that Safefloor stuff going, so
Yep.
I'll probably be doing that for a couple weeks, and then August 15th is my first day at Astoria.
Okay.
So I'll be down there for the last 2 weeks of August, and you know that's just the best time to go.
Yeah.
Personally,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you know all those fish are in there, and it's killer. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's an
makes it
absolute
perfect
blast
time.
out there too.
no doubt. No
Plus,
doubt.
it kind of gives me a 2 week window of a break. You know, because from August 15th till October
Oh God, yes.
30th.
November, actually.
November, like mid-November, is we're fishing every day.
Yeah.
And you guys, we still got a lot of availability.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, weekends are still wide open.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got 4 boats running here in the Northwest. Plenty of availability. So if anybody wants to get on, oh my God, I didn't get in on time, give us a call. We'll fit you in, man. We'll get you
yeah.
guys on the boat, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
There's plenty of fish to go catch. Even if it's just to fine tune your techniques or just to get out and feed the family. Whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
let's go.
Or have
man.
a fucking
Straight up.
or have a good time. Just
Yeah,
share some laughs.
all of our captains are great.
Yes, they are, man. Yeah.
They're really good.
I just hate, you know what I hate about when clients show up in the boat? This is only one freaking thing I hate about my clients showing up in my boat. Especially when it's 100 freaking degrees outside. They pull the beer out of the ice chest. And whether you're a Coors beer drinker in the freaking Rockies of Purple, man, and they say, Jerry, you want a beer? And I'm like, gosh damn it, I'd have just kicked you out of my boat. Yeah.
Shaking.
Yeah. No. Yeah, exactly. Then my hand, oh my God, that kills me.
Oh, man.
But bring your beer, you know, come out and drink, you know, have a good time.
Yeah.
Our boat is your boat.
Yeah.
And that's what I always tell my clients because they're like, well, we're trying to feel the vibe. And it's like, dude, I think Ivan drops more F-bombs than anybody in this freaking world. I kind of go with it too. I'm like right behind him, right?
Yeah.
I'm like maybe 7 to the 8th way behind you. Yeah. And but I'm saying that the atmosphere and the environment is just, it's your boat.
Yeah, yeah.
Have a good time,
Yeah.
enjoy yourself. Just don't fall out of the boat.
Yep.
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
But other than that, we got plenty of room, plenty of availability. And
Yeah.
even if you don't want to go up to Brewster and you're around the Tri-City area and you want to stay on the east side,
Yeah.
let's go walleye fishing.
Yeah. Or even if you want to get out for a couple weeks at Buoy 10 or something like that on the how's your
Yeah.
availability
Oh, yeah.
look at Buoy 10?
I got about like 5 days left to
Do you?
book.
Yeah. So guys can get a hold of you to book that out. And,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. How can guys get a hold of you to go ahead and book trips? Either of you.
509-302-8534, which is
That's
my
Ivan's
number.
Yep.
Or 509-302-1240 is my pops.
Okay.
And I
gotcha.
would love to share Jack's. You got to know Jack's number by heart.
I don't know Jack.
And I don't know Phillips by heart either.
know.
I would say 1-800.
Flatout.com.
What if I know?
Flat
Oh, yeah,
out.com.
flatoutfishing.net. We
Yeah.
got all our stuff on there.
Yeah.
Flat Out Fishing on Facebook. We got all our stuff
Yeah.
on
You
there.
guys do
too.
Instagram and stuff
Oh,
too?
yeah. Yep. At Flat Out Fishing _ is our
Okay.
Yep.
deal there.
Yeah.
Yep, and Ivan runs that page. We got our Flat Out Fishing page on Facebook. You know, you can hit us up that way.
Yeah.
Or you can go online and look us up at flatoutfishing.net.
Yeah.
Yep. Grab the net. That's right. Right? Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, guys, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down and bullshit and
Hell yeah,
have a
man.
good time. It's been an absolute blast. And
Thank you, buddy.
really
Thank you so
enjoyed
much,
Thank
man.
you,
really
man.
enjoyed doing this. It's
Thank you,
been
brother. Appreciate it.
been a good time. Good luck to you guys and what you guys got going forward. It's like I said earlier, it's fun as shit to watch you guys, and I hope to be watching you guys for years to come. It's gonna be.
I hope so, man.
I'm excited to see you guys growing too.
No, hey, we can't stop. And that's the thing. It's like, and it's not all about fishing, man. We got our brand coming out. You guys watch out because our brand's going to be hitting the stores near you pretty soon.
Yeah.
Where you can buy our Flat Out gear in the stores and they're going to be directly available to you.
Yeah.
Bracelets, we give them out to our customers. And I'd hate to tell you the idea of why we give those out because there's a lot of biters out there. But should we let people bite? Why not? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, everybody copies their
We
stuff
give these
anyway.
out. We give these out for our customers to give us our give us some feedback online. You know, we're like, here you go. We give you guys these bracelets, so that way it reminds you to give us back some feedback. Let us know how we doing and how we can improve.
Yeah. Show some love.
And-
Show some hate.
yeah, man, exactly. And if we take it all in, man, it's all good because that's going to make our business better.
Right.
That's just the way we look at it. And I will say this, guys: fishing is fishing.
Yep.
One thing about us, and we've always stood by this, you know, with some people that have taught us, is that a bad day is fishing. You know, sometimes we'll be into it half day really quick. And if it's a shitty day, it's a shitty day.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we'll give you the opportunity, if you're not from out of town, crazy, like from New York or somewhere, we'll give you guys the opportunity to make up that day at a later day when the fishing's really good.
Right.
A lot of guys don't offer that, but we do.
Yeah, that's huge. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm sure a lot of people appreciate that.
And we appreciate our freaking clients and everybody else that books with us in the future. We got mad love for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Every one of you guys, thank you so much. Even the people that just comment on our page and just give us the middle finger sometimes. You know? I'm serious. Those guys mean a lot to us too because they're watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And most of the time, we can get some guys that maybe don't think much of us to being in the boat and having a great time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
All righty. Well, yeah, this has been a blast. You guys have yourselves an awesome weekend. Shout out to Fish Sauce, Anglers Unlimited, Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday. I hope I have this out in time. I know I already said that.
Nice.
Jared Kirkley, North Wild, Ken Vellante, Coldwater Strong. Thank you guys so much for supporting. And thanks to all my viewers. You guys are awesome too. And this thing's taken off and I'm having an absolute blast doing it. Everybody, have yourselves a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
And you guys, really quick, I'll finish it up with this too as well. I'm sorry.
No, you're great.
Clayton.
You're good.
Hey, but you guys subscribe to the page.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
check out Clayton. He's doing a good thing. And be on the standby and stay in tune because we're going to be giving away a freaking
That's right.
walleye trip for
That's
four.
right, we are.
With us personally, me or Ivan. Going to take you out walleye fishing, and you got to get to hang out with us because all this guy's doing it for you.
Yeah.
So hit him up, man. Give him a like
Yep.
and give some comments. Hell with it, man, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Good
Yes,
or
sir.
bad. Good or bad.
Good or bad. Let's roll. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much. You guys have a great weekend.
Flat out, baby.
Later.